Okay, so here we are now with 2-point ellipse. So let's start to see what that looks like a little bit. So we'll put one in the ground plane and we'll do ellipse that way. So I think what I'll do is I'll give a little center of vision. I've got a horizon line here, a little bit higher up, and let's put that center of vision now in about 12 down the middle here. And so I'm going to bring down the line so I can have a little bit of a station point here, because I want to do a nice 45-degree one. So I'll put that down a little bit here, and I'll put a station point in camera. Oh, about right. Let's see if you can see that. No, about right there. So I'll put a station point here. I'll label that SP for station point there. So doing so, I'll get a nice lay in with our triangle to get a couple of vanishing points here, and I've got to reach over to get my bigger triangle. There we go. Okay, and so I'll set this in now. So anywhere across here it's 90, so it's going to be 45 and 45 for halfway for 2 vanishing points. So I'll do that here. I'll put 1 by 6 here, and of course it by 6 there on the horizon line through there. So this is right vanishing point, RVP, and then left vanishing point over here, LV and P. Okay, so let's get a nice measured ellipse out of this. So let's put a nice measured square down here. So we'll do that. Let's see here. Let's put down, do I want to measure that visually? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so let's put one down. Sorry about that. Let's put a ground line down in through here. So we'll do that, measure it out. And then we'll put a vertical here. We'll keep it off the center point about right. Let's just put it right in through here a little bit. There we go, about that length. Okay, there we go. And let's bring that down. We'll bring that length down, 45-degree down. So that's the same length. Of course, we're going to have to swing our measuring points over. So let's bring that down here to there. Okay, and then a 45 on the other side. Can do that there and there. Okay, gets us the same distance and through here. There we go. All right, so now let's swing our measuring points up from our station point. Let's do that. From the left vanishing point to our station point, I've got a little bit under 12, so I've got 11 and 7/8. So just measure yours and bring yours up. 11 and 7/8, and that's our left measuring point there. And then on the right here, we'll do the same thing. We'll bring that up and over. I've got 10 and 1/8, so we'll bring that over at 10 and 1/8. There we go. Okay, so I have my right measuring point there. So that way we get a nice equal 45-degree ground plane mark on the floor. Okay, so now we'll go and we'll start to measure here. So from what we need a line of diminishment. So let's put our diminishment now going from our left vanishing point out and over. Okay, here, and then to a right vanishing point out and over to here. There we go. Okay. So let's do the same thing now on the bottom, top and bottom, left and to the right. There we go. Now we need to measure and get our depth. So it's like drawing a cube. All right, so now from our left measuring point, we want to get a measure across this plane and through here. So we'll go back to our left measuring point, right in through there. There we go, right, and we'll stop right there. There we go. Put a point in. And then we'll do the same thing from our right plane line back to our right measuring point along our, line those up and along our right plane. We've done this already. If you don't know, you need to go back and review that. There we go. Okay, there in there. Okay, and then we'll project back to the left vanishing point here. There we go, and then back to the right vanishing point here. Okay, so we have a nice and equal square to work from in two-point perspective. So I'll overdraw a little bit. So there we go, right in through here. Okay, so let me come in now, even closer so you can see this. There we go. All right, bring that up a little bit and work with the ellipse there, 2-point. And of course, you could make more. You could create more by creating a 45-degree measuring point, right? Through that point. We could really create these really quickly. All right, so let me get my T-square over here. There we go, back over, make sure we're in the camera nice and cleanly, equally. There we go. Okay, so let me darken in now where we've got our nice, took a long time to get there, but let's get our form set in, and so we can get our touching points in our major minor axis, our perspective center, so we can get this ellipse drawn in 2-point perspective there, and also now there. So we have a darker move there, right there. That's what we're looking for. Okay, so we got that. Now I'm going to erase out a little bit, or I'm going to lighten up a little bit all the information around it somewhat, so to make sure that you're not too confused. Let me come in even closer. There we go, nice and close. Okay, we'll see the pimples on it, so to speak. All right, so let's just clean off this a little bit. So if you're not sure how we got there, you need to go back and review. You're jumping ahead too far. Okay, so we're going to erase the center vision line a little bit, our ground measuring line a little bit, because we don't need them now anymore. The point now is to get an ellipse in through there, get that cleaned up. Okay, there we go. So I did that. I took the pains to do that. That is a nice, the bottom of a cube, all equal sides in perspective, and I wanted to make sure that we had that. So we went a little bit further to do that. Okay, so now we need to find its true center and its perspective center. So let's find the perspective center first by doing a crossing X. Okay, so from this corner back to its opposite corner, crossing X there. And also here. There we go. You can see me in the camera. There we go. Okay, so there's our perspective center. And let's bring it now from the right vanishing point over through its center through here. There we go. Okay, right on through here. And also now through the left vanishing point all the way over. Now the vanishing points are out of the camera because I want you to get in close here, so you know how to line them up. I need a little bit longer ruler to do that. In through here. There we go. Okay, now, so now we've got some touching points already. So that's our first order of business, is to get that set in. Okay. Now the next thing I want again is find our halves or quarters, halves and quarters here. So half coming across and coming across here, right? And also coming across here. These play a little bit more important role now. I'll show you why here, and then also through here a little bit. So now we can estimate pretty well now that we get these quarters. So that's when I say half, that's from here to here, half of that, from here to here, half, here to here, half, and from here to here, half. Now we need to get the quarters, so we try to get as accurate as we can to the true half of that, the true length, and the true length in between there. So, and the reason why these are important now is this was where I'm estimating where this curve is going to be across here. And the reason why I need to do that already is that we want to go ahead and find our true perspective center. Okay, so let's do that. And we need to do that by, and let me come in and sharpen my pencils a little bit. So I never edit out sharpening my pencils because I want to show you how often I sharpen mine so that you can do the same thing. So if you're wondering like, okay, it makes me wait to sharpen my pencil, sorry. It's the reason why, to show you, having a mentor show you exactly the being a good craftsperson. So what we need now, where these estimated quarter points touch, let's draw out here, and let's do the same thing. Let's draw out here a little bit. There's a reason why. Okay, we want this measuring point to be our true perspective half. Okay, that's going to be Very, very important. So essentially what we're going to be doing is now using here, right? That measurement here, that half of that is about right in between, and a little off, right in between there. There we are. And so now we're going to bring that all the way over to here. Okay. Make sure we get that correct, a little bit higher, right in through there. There we go. Right in there is now our true perspective half, the flat half. So that's our half and our half. There's our major. That makes it our major axis too, as well. Okay, so that's our major axis. MAJ for major axis. Okay, all right. So we're good to go through there. Now minor axis is going to be pushed right in through this area. So we can come down and bring that in already. So we'll push it over, major and minor together at 90. All right, so where the true perspective center was, we come off that just a little bit right into there. And there's our minor axis right here. There we go. So that's going to be our axle wheel coming out, right? And I'll just draw it out and down. There's our minor axis right in through there. And of course, those are 90 degrees. Okay. All right, so now we have our touching points. Let's go back and review them to make sure that we know exactly where they're at. Okay. All right, so it's a little bit different now. Okay, so now we have a touching point here, right? Okay. We have now a touching point along. All right, so we have a touching point here, 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 right? Okay. We have a touching point here, 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 and over. All right, here we go. So let's take a look at this ellipse. So I'll start right in through here, take it slow, coming over, inside there just a little bit. And we've got to get that curve to come on over, to come through here. There we go. Coming on over. Make sure you can see this. Okay, coming on over through here. Coming through that point. Okay, now we're started on our way. So that's a little bit dotty there, so I'm going to take that out. It's a little heavy, right in through. Smooth that out a little bit. There we go. I still don't like it. It gets a little thick in that area, so I'll take that out. There we go. All right, touching, coming in through here to touch. Coming around this end all the way over. Lean it on in, get it on over there. Try to keep my head out of the camera for you guys and ladies and guys. And through here, coming through that points. Got a long way to come over, Try to go in right in the inside of it. Right in through there. There we go. That's going pretty well. Then we'll come over and through. Okay, right in through there. And curving around where they touch. Right in through there. And that extra, see how that extra little tick mark I make is it gets a little bit, it's a good ellipse, but it makes it look like it's a longer point than it is. So sometimes I have to go back and erase it. And it's a good thing to show you. There we go. Okay, and through there. And we're coming over to catch this point right in through here. There we go. There we go. Alright, right in through there. And we're kind of curve over. And come on through. And touch right. Pretty good ellipse. All right, so now we've got it. So I want to make sure that you see this. Get that little point out. It was so dark. There we go. Much cleaner and right in through there much cleaner. That's a pretty good, working a pretty good ellipse. Not bad in through there. Now we've got a 45, or not, excuse me, a perfect square at 90 degrees, 45 and 45 through the half of it. So you can get that through there. Works pretty well. We've got our major minor axis, and of course they're at 90 degrees. Right in through here. And we're cooking to go with our first, cooking with gas with our first 2-point square form. Let me pull out a little bit, and let's do one now. Go out and see the horizon line a little bit. Make sure we see that. There we go. Let's do a 45-degree referencing point back to the horizon line, and let's put another one out there. Let's go out from here right through here out to the horizon line. That's going to give us our 45-degree measuring point right in through there. Make sure you can see that in the camera. Yeah, just barely. And so again, we'll go through these points here. Remember that, right in through and out. Okay, and then right in through here and out. Okay, got that set up. And so that we can reference one more and do another one a different locale. How about that? So we've got that. Okay, and so now we can bring over, let's go back and pick up this line through here. There we go, left vanishing point. Back to the left vanishing point. Okay, back to the left vanishing point through here. Okay, let's go back a little bit and let's pick up a little bit back here to the right vanishing points. Let's go through. If you can't see that in the camera, yeah, you can a little bit. They just go back to the vanishing points. We're just referencing tiles now, so we can pull out another one in a different locale. Kind of do the same thing. See what that looks like a little bit smaller. Okay, from this touching point, right, we've got a touching point here. We'll go back to the left vanishing point. There we go. That gets us some to work with. We've got now, forget about this blue line, it's right here. That's our touching point right there. That was for a minor axis. Got in the way a little bit. Right in through there. Of course, that goes through there. It's a 45-degree, right, on over. And let's do, let's see, our touching point here. Why don't we do one right? That'll be a cleaner one. We'll go right in through there. So there's our touching point right here. Okay. This is why I wanted to get some perfect 45, so they'll look pretty good. So it's still really nice, excuse me, really nicely in our cone, so it's not too distorted. All right. So let's take this one and let's do another one, and then we'll compare the two as well. So let me pull in so we can see this cleaner. There we go, through there. Okay. All right, that's pretty good. We're going to do this one over here. So let me put, well, you'll see it as we draw. Okay, so again, we're going to do this one. Let's make sure that we know which one we're going to do. We're running through here, so I'll kind of put a little arrow to it. Just to remind myself for a second here, and then we'll get going. All right, so let's find our perspective center here. Okay, and also through here we've got our 45, so it's already through there. There's our perspective center, so we can take that from the left vanishing point to start finding our touch marks. Okay, here and here. This will go faster because it's smaller, and then also from the right vanishing point. All right, so we need that. The center there and also there. Okay, it's going to give us some places where we touch. Now what we want to do is again find our halves and our quarters, so we can find what we feel like is a nice really good guesstimation, so we can find our major axis. So in through here. Okay, we'll find that through here. Okay, and then through here. Right, and then through here. So we've got the other one that we can guesstimate on. That's a little bit further away from us in perspective here, and then also through here. There we go, right in through there. Okay, so now we can estimate these quarters here, right, coming across. Quarters a little bit thicker line running through there. In thicker line about right in through there, and a quarter right in through there. All right, so now we can take these outside dimensions, and I'll do it in graphite since I can keep a thinner line in through here since we're a little further away. Here now, and also here. And so we can get our true perspective half. So there and there. Okay, so we need half of that, which is about right in there for our true perspective half, right? Okay, so we can bring that up and over, right in through there. So there's where our major axis is, right in through there. All right, so we have that, and of course the minor axis will come right from that. So now we can start to hit through here. We're coming around this point. We're coming around, hitting, touching through here, coming over, touching through here. Okay, curving, touching over, touching there, coming on the inside, right through there. We're going to come over and touch, curve, touch right there, come back and through, and touch right through there, because we want all those pieces of the pie, because that's what our major axis is for, is to get those equal. They look pretty equal, so we're curving around, coming in through. It's a little bit short. There we go. And we're going to come through and come over. There we go. Make sure my head's out of the way, hopefully. Into there. Okay. And we're going to come all the way around and touch right in through there. So I want to clean that bottom part of that ellipse up just a little bit. Take a very tiny, see how it kind of, it's still, you can see everything, but it cleans it up nicely a little bit. So I wonder if that needed eraser. So we'll come through here. Right, that's a little bit lower. There we go. Clean up that line, come over just a little bit. Keep it curved down through. Touch there, and then come through and over. One more time, not satisfied with it. So I'll come through one more time. It needs to be curved a little bit. Should be closer to our measuring line for where our major axis was, a little bit lower. So about right in through there. So see, I take the great pains. Don't worry about messing up. I mess up every day. Don't worry about messing up. It's the only way you're really going to learn. Right through here, downward. There we go. Now that's starting to look a little bit better. There we go. Okay, there we go. So now we have two ellipses coming through there. And I'm going to still clean up this side just a little bit, because I still think I'm a little bit. So I've reconsidered just as I looked in the camera. Coming over. There we go. Right in through there. It's so small. There we go. That's it. Okay. Now we can take that off. And let's start to compare a little bit both of them. Coming through, come out a little bit, and there we've got two ellipses that are the same size in the same square, right tile, that are equally measured, right? 90 degree, perfect, flat plane, boxes, if you will. And let's put in our major and minor axis. So major axis coming through there, in the a little bit redder color there, in the minor axis coming through, right where it bisects there at 90. Right in through, there's our minor axis coming through there, and at 90 degrees, right in through there. So there we go. We've got two now nice cubic, and I can measure that, whatever the scale. I could say that scale when we first enter a vertical line. Let's say that's whatever the distance was a foot. So this is a square foot ellipse. That's a square foot ellipse in the scale that we have, going back to wherever we want. And you can continue to put more as you tie more, and that gives you really the beginning idea of how you put and make more intricate tiled floors in 2-point perspective with ellipses and all kinds of designs that you want. All right, so I want to go on now to the next lesson, more 2-point ellipses, and we're going to set them upright and work with that. So let's move on to that lesson.